Well, welcome back, everyone. It's been a really long couple of months, hasn't it, since the last video? I mean, I think the last video was, goddamn, what? March, I think? Or maybe May? Things were a lot different in May, weren't they? Yeah, I think we can all say that. But you know what? Things really looked up. Been some really downs. So let's just get started. You already know what this video is probably going to be about if you've been on my channel before. I'm going to talk about the state of the world. Let's get it. Where to start, though? This is why I wish I didn't take such long breaks between videos, but I don't really feel like I need to record sometimes, but I just felt like I should do it now. It's the end of the summer. Should update everybody what's going on. Just to feel the change. That's why I like recording at a much later date, because you just feel the change. So, let's talk about everything related to probably the big story right now. Black Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter. All lives matter. The moon matters. The sun matters. The sky matters. I don't know. I just want to say one thing about all that. Yeah, you're all right. You're all right in the end. So why are you fighting? I'm serious. Doesn't matter which one you believe in. You're all right. Why fight in the end? Because what? Because a politician is telling you should? Because someone else has a different viewpoint than you on what matters more? You're all right. Everything matters. Have you ever realized that if we all just went and said, hey, all right, yeah, we're all right for a second. Now what steps can we do to achieve a better place for everyone? For instance, if you're not a part of the defund the police movement, like me, I'm thinking that we shouldn't defund the police. Want to know what my opinion is? Let's actually raise the bar for a cop. But we actually make people who get that job actually have to put in the work to get that job. So you get smart motherfuckers. Like basically, you get lawyers who are cops, essentially. You know what I mean? Like get some actual smart motherfuckers. Because the way being a cop works is you don't have to go through any schooling or nothing to be a cop, man. You can just be a cop. And that's crazy. It's pretty fucked up. And you might say, well, every job has 13% idiots running around. Yeah, but not every job gives you like 13% idiots running around with a gun telling you to enforce the law. One thing when your simple fast food employee is a little bit stupid than versus when a cop gets trigger happy. And if you guys have been paying attention to my videos, you know I live in Wisconsin, so we just had a recent police shooting here where it just caused all sorts of drama, and it's getting out of control, man. People just need, like my mayor Aaron Rodgers said, RELAX. I need everybody in the US and in the entire world, everywhere, don't matter where you are, if you're watching this, to just RELAX. Smoke some weed if you have to, but just relax. Relax. Everyone's too hyped up, everyone's too wound up, everybody's too fuck this, fuck that. And we need to be more like, nah, not fuck this. How about let's just do this? Like, fucking man. That right there, getting smarter cops, it's right there gonna change a lot. Getting people who actually know what the laws are, not just people who have some background knowledge on the laws and can pass some simple tests. No. You know? Say you have to go through at least 3 years of school to be a cop. That's how I put it. Then I want all cops to go through martial arts training. Yep, because I want all cops to know how to defend themselves without having to pull out the gun or the taser. I want them to know how to do this, and if you can't do this, then you can't be a cop. But you can still work in the divisions of crime, but you know what I mean. You just can't be a cop. And this way, you get more fit, more disciplined, well trained, smart officers. And now I'm gonna say that there'll never be any more cases of bad shit happening. No. But that will die. You'll notice those numbers will die down a lot. Second of all, we as the people need to we need to really start trying to get on the good side of the good police officers. Because there's some good ones out there. And we really do need to respect them. Because they do what they gotta do. So we really do, as the people, need to at least not be on their dick so much. Because we need to realize that some of them are good. A lot of them are good. And we need to not be as much assholes to them. Sometimes we as people need to just sometimes abide by the law. Sometimes we really do. Sometimes we really need to just fucking, not be assholes to the police when they catch us doing dumb shit. That is something that we can get better at as the people. But that's why you get better, disciplined, smarter off. This is why you have those officers. So that way that people can get used to doing that with the police. Whereas when you have these dick-headed officers who act like they're the military, rolling up trying to talk to motherfuckers, and they start just calling people and shit, and you know what I mean, treating them like BS. Of course, people can get wound up. And it's gonna be, you don't even need to know what happens. You already seen what happened on the news, man. And now people are fed up, though. That's the difference. People are fed up now, man. This is something that's been going on for a long time. And there's been a battle on who's right, who's morally right. Like, is it more just that there's been black gangbangers who get shot by the police, but it's on camera, and everybody likes to make it out to be like it's racist? Or is it more that racist fucking cops killing innocent black men? Like, what's the truth? The truth is the duality is hiding the unity. Yes, the two opposing sides are actually hiding the unity that both of their sides are correct in a weird way. There have been multiple misunderstandings and multiple just blatant over police use of force, basically. You're both right. And because you are both right, this is why you need to both then unite. And instead of all of us versus this, or save the children, how about this? How about, instead of actually posting on Facebook or posting about it, we start being about it. We start demanding to the government, as the people. We already know that cops, if we could all agree that cops should not be defunded, we just need to get them better trained. And we need to demand that cops need to be able to pass these kind of tests, not these stupid shit. No, cops need to have martial arts training. No, we really need to start doing this, guys. As people really need to start enforcing that. Because cops need to be able to at least be able to put up a fight hand to hand. Like, without having to draw the gun. That will erase so much tension. First though, I want to know what the number one thing that we could also do as the people. How about this? I've been thinking about it. There's been a protest about everything recently. The coronavirus even gets a protest. But what about weed? I shouldn't even say what about weed because we're potheads. We chill as fuck, man. We're the ones trying to spread the peace out here. We're the ones trying to just be like, guys, come on, man. We better than this. We don't need to be like this, living like fucking savages, fucking fighting each other because of disagreements. When at the end of the day, y'all motherfuckers are so dumb, probably because you don't smoke weed, but you're so dumb that you don't even realize that you're arguing with someone who has the same viewpoint as you, just in a different light. It's all this Democrat versus Republican, all this BS shit really is you're arguing with someone who has basically the same viewpoint as you. They want to see a better world. They just also have merits of their own that they also want to see met. And you just happen to have something else. But if you guys just compromised, it would work. It'd be perfect. you have something going, but you want to be one. You want to be one that dominates the other, like yin yang. There's always this one side that just wants to dominate the other. How about one side just lets the other side have their share, and we just work together. But the protest I'm thinking we should all do is fucking legal marijuana. Let's do it. If 70%, I just read a poll recently that 70% of us believe that legal marijuana should be legal federally everywhere in the U.S. Well, let's do it. Let's just all just start growing weed, smoking weed, and just on the way to work, smoke weed. Everybody just do it. Everybody. And you just, they can't take all of us. And we just keep growing it, and they can take the weed. We have more people, and we have more seeds. Like, I'm just saying, man, there's a protest right there. And everybody be vibing, everybody be chilling and laughing. Because we just feel like these motherfuckers are really trying to deem us as criminals just because we're trying to smoke. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be fun, man. But, for instance, life has been pretty hectic this whole summer, I'd say. I mean, I had a lot of vacations I wanted to do this summer. I really did. I wanted to go to California. I wanted to do a lot, but Corona and just, protests and violence and all the BS in the media and just, the beef, basically, kind of stalled all that out. Did a few camping, though, this summer. It was a pretty good summer. Like, it really was. It was just not the summer that I wanted it to be. But I still made the best of what I could with the summer that I was given. And it was pretty fun, actually. Going back to school, you feel the vibe and everything. And I just want everyone to know that if you think this part of the year is bad, just wait, guys. It's not done. The fall is going to be the most hectic part of 2020 so far. Because you gotta think about it. We've had the good times so far. Realistically, we've had the good times of the year. We had that, we had New Year's. Yeah, well, every part of the year may have had its own little fucking disaster thing going on. We still were living in like in the general vibe of what the world was supposed to be like. We're still living in the good times. Whereas I already predicted this, I predicted that 2020 was going to be a horrible year. Go back and watch my predictions for 2020 video I made way back in July. Way back in July of last year. This was before coronavirus, this was before everything. And I pretty much told you that this Black Lives Matter movement versus the police war was really going to get hot in 2020. I said that way back last summer. I said that it's going to get hot in 2020 because I already felt it. I'm a black man. First of all, I got a lot of black friends, and I know how they felt. As 2019 was drawing to a close, and it just kind of felt like, to them anyway. To me, I don't care, but to them it felt like you being black was getting disrespected almost. Not disrespected, but felt like you just, the black people's values just weren't held as high. As, you know what I mean? They couldn't be represented in the media too heavily. Just stuff like that. Little shit to me like that I don't really give a fuck about, don't think about, don't, you know what I mean? I don't see race and da-da-da. Just whatever. And I felt that vibe of just oh, here we go, dude. It's gonna be, plus it's Trump's last term, so we're about to see a lot of those liberals who've been because I'm not a liberal, but the people who are on the left have been disrespected, basically told they're crybabies, all this shit. I was saying, dude, they're gonna come out for blood this year. All this is what I'm saying, though. All this trash talk and all this shit people like to say to people on the left and all that, man. I'm just just watch your mouth. Because in 4 years, you might not be the one running the country anymore. Your political party might not be. Really might not be. And if that's the case, can you imagine what the left is going to do to you through 2020, through 2024? And the left, yeah, but they may have lost the election in 2016, but they still hold the culture. Majority, at least. They still hold the culture. So can you imagine if, Trump's term ends and somehow his terms and his last term is like the last couple of years of him ends in disaster. Can you imagine what like? And I said this way back in 2019. I was saying like, what if his last year just ends in complete disaster that fucks over the whole country, and then they fucking take over because they somehow barely beat him, because they barely beat him. They're not gonna beat him, but like I was saying that even if it does, I was predicting everything that was gonna happen with this election. I was saying like, dude, unless they pit someone up against Trump who really knows, like, who's really all like somehow comes pulls an Obama, just comes out of nowhere. But I mean, is not Obama where he's a manipulator, but an actual like just a working class citizen who just raised enough money to just start fucking going like, hey, I know what the fix, and just literally is an honest dude who has no political background whatsoever, just a complete dark horse, just somehow came in and swept all the Democrats and just took the fucking nominee right under Joe Biden or Bernie, I said, and just fucking really was a working class dude and just said, hey, I'm just happen to be on the left side, but I also want to work with the right side, and just really just took the fucking country by storm. Unless that happened, I was like, there's probably no one on the left that can beat Trump besides Bernie, but they're not going to let Bernie run because they don't like Bernie. So I was already predicting all that. You know, and this is why I tell you guys not to believe in politics, because it's the WWE. Like, you know, it's like a TV show. You can predict a TV show. You can predict a lot of things that are about to happen, and that's what politics are. And I'm like, yeah, of course, this shit ain't real. The people who are actually running the country are the people that we don't see. The people backstage. The people that the producers. You know what I mean? They're the people who are actually running the things. We don't know who they are. We'll never know. They don't want us to know. But that's what it is. So don't believe in what these people say unless they tell you they're gonna kill you all and they're gonna come to our houses and slaughter us all. Then otherwise don't really give a fuck what they say. Odds of them actually doing that though are so low that it won't matter. But if it did happen, well, fuck, we all better start worrying about who matters more and start fucking mattering about who can fight back. Anyway, but you know. But I've been trying to spread the good vibes lately because I've had a lot of growing up in these past 5 months. You know, the breakup with my girlfriend was so stressful. But we're not going to get into that. That's not what this channel's for. But just, now, you guys saw my last couple of videos. I just had a different vibe, didn't I? You look at this video and I'm more chill. I'm more just like, let's go, let's have some fun. Those last couple of videos, wasn't I? I was pretty much like, oh, fuck this, you know. And then, yeah, to the most part, I was essentially saying the same thing that I'm saying now. I just had a harsher tone. You know, as for instance, I'd be like, let him die, let him die. I don't feel that way anymore. I feel like it is our duty as the people who are, I'm not saying I'm one of them, but it is the duty of the people who are better off to help out those who are stupid. Even if they're stupid, it doesn't mean they deserve to die. That's just me speaking out of passion, because I hate stupid people. But I've learned a lot more about how to talk. And I think the way I talk is a little bit too abrasive. And I've been trying to work on more just being open how I talk. But I'll get into that. But I've just basically been doing all this more spiritual journey shit. And trust me, this spiritual journey is not even close to over. There's still much I don't know. But I've been so much happier since I've undertaken it. And I recommend you guys all try to get a little more spiritual here as we close down the year and start winding into so again, I was talking about earlier how we were getting in the general vibes. You know, at least we had summer, we had spring. Like that's when the vibes are at their peak. We're going into fall now, where it's an election year though. Normally the fall is the lit time of the year. Everybody's like, you know, I mean, pissed off about school, but like, you know, I have to go back to college, yeah, and the coronavirus is making us do it online, you know, maybe everyone's a bit mad about that, but normally, fall is a pretty fine time of year. Football is back for America, so we're all hyped. You know, there's not as much partying going on, but you got like Halloween and just the nice crisp fall air and just, you got like this sweater, everybody likes wearing hoodies, and it's a generally fun time of year for the vibe. Fall really is, not gonna lie, everybody loves fall. However, you know, it's Not an election year in the fall, because that's when the election ends. And that is going to make this fall very crazy. Because we already are seeing how crazy and I told you guys, 2020 is going to be like, it's going to be like Sonic 06. Just keeps getting worse. You think, it starts off bad, and you think, it's just going to be bad. It gets even worse than bad. Then it gets worse than that, and worse than that, and you're just like, how can this keep getting worse? But that's what 2020 is going to be. And I've been saying that all year to people. I just haven't been saying it on YouTube. I haven't uploaded a video in like almost 5 months, but trust me, guys, it's going to get worse. The general vibe of the marks, the people who actually believe in the politics and all this BS, and that believe that we're not all one race. Nope, I don't care what your skin color. I said this before. I don't care what the skin color is. I don't care. You're not anything else but a human. You're not an African American. There's no such thing as an African American. There's no such thing as a European or white. None of that. It's just human. You're just human. No one knows where we came from. Nobody knows anything about the human ancestors and everything else. So how the fuck would we know that this is what you're called? You're called that. Like, no, that was made up shit by the governments of the world to do social control. Like, I'm sorry that might offend you, because some people really do believe in this shit and they are hardcore about it. Like, they're like, I'm proud to be black, or I'm proud to be this. Don't give a fuck, dude. Like, we're just human. There is nothing. There's no African American, white, Mexican. There's none of that. Like, it doesn't exist. It was made up words by someone to control us all. Otherwise, you were just another human. You just had a different skin color. There was no name attached to it, though. You didn't get a different race. There was no different ethnic group to divide you in. You were just still another human, and that's how it should have been. That's what we should have done with each other. But then people who had power wanted to divide us to make sure we can never uprise them. Because there's one thing that they could always say to point back to how we're different, how we don't see eye to eye. So even if we ever did uprise, we'd eventually fall apart within ourselves, because they'd be like, well, you guys don't even see eye to eye, because his ancestors is that to yours. So yeah. But that doesn't mean we should treat those kind of people who believe in all this shit like they're idiots. We just gotta tolerate them, dude. They believe in this shit. They believe that they are proud to be this, and yada, yada, yada. So they're gonna go out there and fight the other race, or fight the police and shit. And what we gotta do, though, is we gotta stop them. But we can't get involved. If we don't disagree with them, what we do is what the NBA did. We start helping them, but we don't help them by going out there and fucking shit up. Because those people, I promise you, are paid by the government to go in and do that. I've already went into that. You can watch in different videos, but I'll just give you a little more evidence on why I believe the government, like straight up just the government, the federal government, not Trump, not particularly anyone in the government is doing this. They're all on board with it. It's everyone in the government. Like, government as a whole has been orchestrating all these violent protests. Because if you notice, when it's just the people, when it's the people randomly protesting, are fine. But then you have these violent protests. And then the protesters, like the other people who go in and try to hurt the protesters, they're paid too. It's and that's why the media is always right there to capture it, though. There's always somebody with a cell phone to capture it, because they're paid provocateurs by the government. I promise you. There may be no physical evidence of that, but they want you, and this is why they say, oh, he's part of the Boogaloo, or this, that, or he's part of Antifa. Because yes, these small organizations are able to infiltrate all of the United States and can literally do all this wide-scale damage with riot protests across all of the U.S. Yes. No, Antifa, this is why I'm saying you can't be left or right. You have to be a human. You have to vibe with everybody. Because I have a mom who, not a mom, my grandma's particularly very democratic. So, she hates that people think that this shit is Antifa. Because she knows what Antifa is. They're just cringy crybabies that used back in 2016 that would punch people, but like that's as far as they got. They're not this serious. They're not able to coordinate something this powerful. They ain't that. You know what I mean? They ain't no fucking. They're not like some sort of mini faction of people that have been plotting this for years. Or no. That's what the government wants you to think. Or at least, yes, that is what the government wants you to think, actually. Now, the government will also then turn around. That's what the government wants the people on the Republican side, the marks on the Republican side to think. Marks, if you know what mark means, is you're stupid. Because essentially the government's selling you information and you're believing. That's what they call the crowd in the WWE marks. You believe in it. You think this is all real and everything. So anyway, you sell the marks on the Republican side. Now you turn to the left. You know the government then turns right around. That same government turns right around and tells people on the left side that it's actually this movement started by the right called the Boogaloo, and they're infiltrating the protest. They're going in, and then they're just inciting violence to try to get the protesters to get violent, and then they're going to start a race war. You see, that's and it's like no. Don't believe that either. This is the government themselves, guys, rolling in with paid provocateurs. It's called you nab someone off the street who's got a lot of trouble, and you tell them you'll let them go if they go in. Start violence in this protest, and we'll let you walk away, and we'll pay you some money, but you gotta start violence in the protest. I'm telling you, man. They're sent here to divide the people, to keep us distracted from the real issue that's going on. The economy is about to crash, and we need to be prepared. We as the people need to be ready to face the problems that are like the Great Depression, something that this generation has never seen. Something that not even the past generation has ever seen. The Great Depression happened so long ago that I think the only people that would really know what that was like are almost a dying generation now. You know, boomers, yeah, you guys haven't ever experienced anything like that either. This Great Depression that we're about to see is going to shape Gen Z. Because Gen Z, which is what I'm a part of. I'm only 20 years old, guys. But I've been told I've got so much knowledge. I don't think I have any knowledge. A lot of people tell me that I am for 20 years old, that I seem to grasp the world like I'm 80. I don't think so. I think there's much I don't know, and there's much I still have to know. But I like to share this knowledge that I do have. Knowledge that I do have is basic as it is. And I like to share it, because I feel like anybody can grasp it. And what you need to do now is you need to prepare for things to go wrong, and things to go flying bad fast. Because right now, what we're seeing in Kenosha, where people are going from out of state, are going in there to try to stop these protesters. This is exactly what the government wants. This is why we need to stop preaching to hate each other. We need to start preaching that everyone is right. That Black Lives Matter is right. So we need to start making some changes with the police. We really do. And that needs to happen. And that needs to happen now. Like I want somebody in the government to get on that. All right. Now I also want somebody in the government to start teaching the people to be nicer to the police as well, for the ones that are respectful. Because we can't just have people out here fucking returning fire on the police and really doing damage. We need something done about those people. I want somebody to get on that right now. Alright? And then I want somebody to investigate these fucking pedophiles, since everybody won't shut the fuck up about that. If our government was not so weak, we could do all three. And we'd be... But that's not the issues I'd focus on. I also want someone to get marijuana legal right now. If our government was not... we need a total recall. We need a total restructure on a lot of things that we do. we need to start realizing that everybody is right. We just need to compromise. Balance. We need balance. We need to balance all these. Because everyone is right. We just need to make compromises and balances, and then we're good. But people want to dominate the conversation. We can't have that. It's not going to work. It never works. If one side gets too much power, then we end up right back at the same question where we started. Why do we fix it? And we don't know, because we let one side try to fix everything when we need compromises. We need the right and the left to really start cooperating. Don't know how it can be done, but I know that if we all start preaching about it, at least, and we all start actually like preaching ideas though. We need ideas preached, you know what I mean? Like what I was talking about, at least 3 years of school to be a cop, and 3 years of law school, and martial arts training, and just discipline, to teach discipline. And we also need to teach society to be more thankful to the good police out there who have done good. We need to be better. And these are just ideas. You know what I mean? These are just ideas that I'm spitballing, and I haven't even taken more than 10 minutes of thought on. But that's just me just naming off ideas. You know what I mean? That's just me naming off ideas here. So imagine what the people in DC, if they actually cared about us, could do. You know what I mean? A second stimulus check would go a long way as well for the people right now. We need something. The people need. I don't need anything. I'm good. I got money. But the people that are suffering out here, dude, I'm seeing people in Wisconsin right now that got nothing. They got nothing, and they make almost $50 an hour, but their hours have been cut, and they can't pay their bills. Like they're getting scared because they're like, oh shit. Like one of my people is on it, like, because not one of my people, but like just people that I know from school. Not really that I know in life, but you know what I mean. She's saying that her roommate's on unemployment, and she's only getting $300, and because certain places just haven't opened back up yet, so it's getting kind of weird down here. You know, up here, I don't know how it is in the rest of the country. Do you mind these food shortages are also going to keep happening? So you need to be keeping up your food. You need to be keeping up your money. You really do. Keep up your money, and but you need to start being thankful that you have a job. I know a lot of people who want nothing to do with a job, but you need to start being more thankful as a person. That is one thing I can tell you right now. Start being more thankful. Wake up in the morning and tell yourself 3 things that you're grateful for every single day. And they can be the same thing. They don't even have to be the same thing every day either. Just 3 things that you are grateful for. And I promise you, you'll start being happier. That's the thing. That's the first thing you need to start doing as well, is improving your mindset. You need to prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. But you also need to start preaching about what's the best solution. You can't just stay quiet. You know, people don't see. If you're watching this video, I can promise you people don't see what you see. But we need to start being there for each other as well. You know, you really need to start enjoying your life right now, because things are about to change and get more hectic as time passes. The fall is going to be the most crazy time of year. So if you're watching this video, I hope you know that. But you need to be prepared. I recommend, if you have a gun, buy a gun, because you don't know. But you should also invest in martial arts training. That's something I know. You should do that. And you need to start working out. If you don't work out at least 10 minutes, at least 20 minutes a day, you need to start doing that. It can be anything. Stretching, yoga, jogging, walking, lifting weights as well. Like, just anything to improve your physical health. And eat healthier. You don't have to eat healthy every day. Just like in general, though, cut back on the soda if you drink a lot of soda. Start incorporating more juices and water. You know, if you eat a lot of junk, just cut back on that. Start eating some actual food. Like, just start being healthier. You know, if you smoke nicotine, I'd recommend just trying to stop as much as possible. So that way you can fucking do something with your lungs in the future, you know? Another thing for all you, like, single dudes out there, stop fucking obsessing over these chicks. You know, and I'm not talking about simps. I'm just talking about the, I've seen a lot of dudes right now just really trying to get with somebody, and it's like, dude, just chill, man. Just chill, man. Like, seriously, like, girls are girls. They'll come to you when they come, and they come all the time, really. You just need to stop fucking obsessing about it and come and trying to think about it all the time. I went downtown with the buds, and like all they were trying to do was pick up girls. And yeah, they got some, and they failed on a couple. But it's like, come on, guys, like damn, could have had a lot more fun if we just actually chilled for a minute. Because then you know, after that, everybody just got way too fucking drunk, and I was just kind of like, yeah, you know, so I don't drink, because everybody tries to just hook up with each other. And don't get me wrong, your boy did hook up with a few girls, but you know, that's not what that was about. It was supposed to be my brother's wedding after party. It should have been something more, but oh well. This is why I don't drink, though. Just like, I don't drink. Your boy smokes weed because he likes to just chill. He likes to actually meet an actual girlfriend rather than just fuck around like that. But that's just me. I hate telling people what to do, I guess. Yeah, that's just me, though. But, also this cancel culture shit. Let's talk about that for a second. Alright, so if somebody actually is doing retarded shit, like really retarded shit, canceling them, what does that really mean? To me, I've always felt that canceling someone is just more like ignoring them and not buying their product and yada 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 if they say something dumb. Which is fine. There's nobody on the planet that's here forced to support. So, yeah. I don't really care about the whole cancel culture, really. Not something I want to spend too much time talking about, because it's not really that thing. It's something that you should keep an eye on, though. With like Leafy's here getting banned and stuff. It is something that you should keep an eye on, though. Because I do believe as time rolls on, in 2020 and beyond, we're going to start seeing a lot more policing on the internet. I promise you. You're going to start seeing a lot more just... If it goes against the grain, you're not... Like, someone like me, to the point... might not even be allowed on YouTube, because I don't speak what the grain wants you to think. I don't pit one side against the other and all this stuff. Whereas someone like me who also preaches that you should start getting into gardening, you should start getting into actually like instilling your own purified water and just everything else. Like someone like me preaches to go against the grain. And especially as technology evolves, I'm going to start teaching people this is what you should do with the technology. So like people just basically preaches to people to be themselves and stop relying on the conglomerates and only use them to your advantage. It's going to be seen as a threat. They're not going to be allowed on... you know what I mean? I'm a divider is what they're going to call me. You know what I mean? They're not going to allow that ever. So I do promise you. But that's not something you should worry about right now. Because there are other things that... I mean, you should be prepared for it. But don't put that on the top thing. You know, right now, what you should be focusing on is keeping in physical health, keeping happy relationships with the people you work with, the people you live with, and your family. You're going to need your family. I promise you right now, keep your family close, because you just don't know what's going to happen to them. So keep your family close. Because they're good to have. They're very good to have. And keep your friends keep your friends very close. They're family and friends right now. If you can make some. And I mean ones that you can really trust right now. They're good to have. Because you don't know what could happen to you. Where you might need someone more than ever. And you got a bunch of people all of a sudden. So keep them close. Now, also... Sorry. Maintain good relationships if you have a job. This is something I'm starting to do better at, is you need to keep a good relationship with your job. Especially right now. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You can get let go for anything. And then if you weren't good, they don't want to call you back. So just keep, like, what if you get the coronavirus or something? You know what I mean? Like, and then they don't want nothing to do with you anymore because you're a bad employee anyways. So keep good relationship with your job, just in case something ever goes down. And trust me, you'll be a lot happier. But you also need to start telling yourself to be happy. It's a mindset thing. Cut down on social media. Trust me, I'm back on social media now. I mean, a little bit. I'm only 20. There are people that use it, and that's all they use it. That's all they do. And I'm like, I'm into making more friends and all that now. So I'm gonna have to start doing it now. And so I have. And I've actually reconnected with a lot of people, and like, it's been tight. Took 5 days off of work recently, and it's just been tight. It's been really tight. I've loved it. That's why I think, treat yourself. Treat yourself. If you have a lot of time saved up on work right now, and you have a lot of PTO, ask for a week off. You deserve it. You deserve it. If you have that much PTO to do that, do it. Don't give a fuck, just do it. You need to give time to yourself and stop chasing after the dollar bill sometimes. Because time is the most important thing. And you can't get it back like money. But I've just also been thinking, like, enjoy the time that you have right now. Because the time, if you're as old as I am, the path to success is a long and hard one, and it's not something that a lot of people get right. But you need to enjoy that path, because you're not going to regret it. You're going to love it, and you're going to miss all of it. Like, I'm becoming more successful, but at the same time, I'm becoming more responsible, and I miss those good old days. Just of like, so I've just been thinking, like, dang, there's a lot that I've been through since I was 17 till now. And I miss sometimes being like 15, 14, 13, 12. I also sometimes miss being even 17 and 18, even though it's only been 2 to 3 years ago. Sometimes you just miss it. So you're like, wow, I've had a lot happen. Especially if you're like me, where you've just been around you've been around the U.S., you've been hopping around the U.S., went to all these things. You're just kind of like, and met all these people, you have all these friends, you're just kind of like, wow, holy shit, what's poppin'? Brand new whip, what's hoppin'? Like, shit. No, but seriously, you're just like, damn, a lot has happened. And 2020 is just like, feels a completely different time now. Because you're noticing a lot of people either pull themselves up and say, I can get through this, no problem. Or they're starting to panic and say 2020 is too tough and they just can't wait for it to be over. I'm the former. I'm more like, let's just have fun. Let's just get rid of this negative mindset, first of all. We all need to start being more positive for once. But remember, things can go wrong, so you need to be prepared for the worst. But you need to start hoping for the best. Start preparing for the worst, because I'm saying, right now, if you're in an area, these bigger cities, you might want to get out of them, if you can. If not, own some protection for your home, because things are about to get crazy as the fall goes on, and the economy will probably crash in these next 5 months. But also, it's going to be the holiday times of year, and people aren't even talking about how that's going to go. What's going to happen on Halloween? Are we even going to be allowed to trick-or-treat if the coronavirus is still here? Something that we should have been able to get rid of in January. We should have been able to beat the coronavirus, but it just, you guys already know how I feel. I went off in my past couple of videos, but I'm not going to go off again because it's not going to help anything. But, yeah, just, people aren't even thinking about that. Like, are we even going to be allowed to trick-or-treat? Like, are kids going to be allowed to do that this year? Because they will have masks on, I guess, but... And then all these pedophiles and shit, like, I don't even know why people are... here's my thoughts on that, guys. Ready? I said that about 8 years ago in 2012, that the elite are pedophiles when I was 12 years old. Because it just made sense. I've been saying that ever since then. I've been saying it. I got told I'm too extreme. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Da-da-da-da-da. Now I'm saying in 2020, those same people go like, oh, save our children. And so I'm just kind of like, okay. Alright. I was saying that like 8 years ago, but whatever. If you want to start saving our children, stop posting on Facebook about it. It's like Black Lives Matter and all that. I don't get down with any of these All Lives Matter, any of these people. Any of these Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives... Because I'm saying, oh, snap, that was pretty bad. That was very bad. My bad. But I'm saying we need to just be saying that we're all right and working together and start beating about it then. Stop posting about it, because that's not doing anything. Why don't we start demanding changes, but compromise with everybody? That's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But anyway, if you think these pedophiles are that big of an issue, start going out and deal with them yourself. I'm seriously advocating for that. Fuck it. If the cops don't want to do it, then let's start doing it. But we need to make sure we're actually doing it to people who actually are doing it. Not fucking what a conspiracy theorist says in his basement. No. But maybe you should also start creating like a neighborhood watch. I'm just saying, like a neighborhood watch. Like where, you know, there are communities that have that, just a neighborhood watch. Maybe you should start your own if you want to start helping people out with these pedophiles. I'm just saying. What if all communities had like a legit neighborhood watch? Can you imagine the amount of crime that would cut down if you just had people out there that had guns too, and just like, you know, you just watch over the neighborhood? Anyway, that's just an idea. There's more that we need to be tweaked with that, but I'm just throwing out ideas instead of just posting about something and saying defund the police or just pay the police more money in this. Okay, why would we do that? I'm just naming out ideas, guys. Trying to get you to see that everyone is right. All these people, everyone, all of you are right. You are all right, but what you need to realize is we need to compromise with everyone that is right, that has a different viewpoint on why they're right. We'll get better results. But yeah. The NFL is about to start doing their national anthem protest as well, so get ready for that. So, I'm just letting you all know. The vibe in the fall is about to get crazy. Yeah, you're about to see crazy shit happen all the time. So just be prepared for it. This way, hold the people you love close, because they're the ones that keep you sane. And if you're like me, the people you love mostly see things the way you do, where they just wish everybody would compromise. So we're just all gonna laugh and vibe with each other about the bad shit that's happening, and we're gonna be like, damn, we could have told these motherfuckers this would happen like 8 years ago, and they would have fucking told us we're stupid. But it is what it is. So we're gonna laugh and we're gonna say, this is how we gonna fix it though. Because we gotta start doing something as the people. Can't just keep letting this happen. Someone's gotta guide us. And I'm gonna try to do it. But I can't do it alone. Neither can you. No one can. That's the end of this video. Subscribe and like the video if you're rocking with me. Dislike the video and tell me you hate me if you're not. And pretty much ban my video from all your friends and family if you hate me. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I hope I can just help spread some knowledge, spread the vibe, get you prepared for the fall, because the fall is about to be a crazy time of the year, end of the summer update kind of deal. I do plan to try to upload a little more now. I really do want to start taking YouTube a bit more seriously. I just haven't been in the mindset to try to do it, but I think I am now. So, yeah, I'll start pumping out videos. Not all of them are going to be about politics and state of the world videos, though. Probably going to start trying to talk about Elder Scrolls and Dragon Ball and just things like that. Things that I actually like to talk about a bit more. Anyway, peace out.